So I want to tell you about some things now to do with being efficient. And in fact, I've got 7 efficiency points I want to briefly mention. You're probably doing most of these, but if you're missing one of these, then you really need to fix it. The first thing is always be contactable. So always have your mobile with you, always answer it if you possibly can, or have a message saying I'll text you back straight away. But you need to be easy to get hold of. Always be checking your emails as well as your voicemails. So that's the first thing. Always be contactable. There's nothing worse than trying to get hold of some guy, he doesn't answer. You just think, I'll get somebody else then. So, and it sends a message, if you're not easily contactable, that once they've bought from you, the service is going to be poor. So that's the first thing. Always be contactable. The second one is reply quickly to inquiries. I always email back the same day, usually within a few hours. And people always say, oh, thanks for your prompt reply. And I'm thinking, well, presumably most training people don't reply for 2 or 3 days. And that's awful. That really sends a message that you just don't care. So reply straight away if you can. On my voicemail message, it says, sorry, I haven't been able to answer the phone. I'll phone you back the same day. And people always say, oh, really? Are you going to really phone me back the same day? Or what if I phone you back at 1 minute to midnight? And things like that. They're always amazed by the fact that I promise I'm going to phone them back the same day. But I don't think that's difficult to achieve. That's an easy promise to keep. So phone them back the same day, email them back the same day, and you'll impress your customers. It shows you're keen. That's my second point. My third one is always keep your promises. If you say you'll send them a sample by the end of the week, you must. Or if you say I'll phone you back on July the 7th, then you must. So anything that you promise, you must always do it. And that one little thing will rise you above 95% of the flock. So really important. That's kind of almost rule number 1. I think always keep your promises. The fourth of my 7 is attention to detail. Make sure that you always spell the person's name right. You get their company name right. Make sure that if you've promised you'll send them a certain thing, you send them exactly that thing. Customers notice anything that's not exactly right, and then they start to worry about buying from you because will you supply them what you've promised? So attention to detail, particularly with names, is absolutely key. If they've got an unusual name, by the way, check the spelling and also check the pronunciation. Say, is that how you say it? Just check it's right with them. They don't mind you. In fact, they'll be glad if you check that you're pronouncing their name correctly. So attention to detail. The fifth thing on my list is your email footer. You should set up a little signature or footer on your emails that has your mobile number, your address. You can have a few icons for Facebook and LinkedIn and things. And also even put your email address in the footer, because they might print your email out and then they might have that with them and then they might want to contact you. So your phone number and your email address absolutely should be in your email footer. Most people don't even have email footers, and I find that bizarre. And as a little subset of that, make sure that when you reply to an email, it includes the original one in the thread, because it's incredibly annoying when you get an email from somebody and it just says, yes, good idea. And you think, what's a good idea? Because you've sent 100 a day and you can't remember what the previous conversation was. So make sure that the thread is included at the bottom of your emails. That's just a setting in your email program.